Hey friends, I hope you're doing well. I'm Ashley Rolig and I am hopping on to show you how to do a layout today. So this one is pre-recorded. I usually do these live every Wednesday. However, I am going to be out of town. So I hope you enjoy this. And if you have questions, you can reach out and I will be checking back just to see if there's any comments or anything. This will be posted on my YouTube, so that's where you'll find it. All right, so we're working on this week's challenge in my Ashley Scrappy VIPs. Sorry, my instructions are so bent. I like to use scrap paper to print on. And so that you can find these on my blog. And I am putting together the remainder of our Easter pictures from last year. And I have been using the Spring Soiree, I cannot say that word, Soiree collection, and I have pretty much used it up, which is so much fun. I've used that for pretty much all of our Easter pages from 2024. So I like when they can work together and all flow together. So that's what I'm using along with a border from the same collection. So without further ado, I'm going to get started here and show you how to make it. So, all right. So I have my pictures here. These are the last two I needed to get on a page, and luckily this is, two pictures, so it worked out pretty nice. You can set all this aside. All right, so we're just gonna go down just your instructions. So we are using a bright white cardstock for the base of our layout, and that's exactly what we're using as well, just like them. I really like this look, so I wanted to adopt it as well. And in step 2, we're gonna cut a piece of stripes paper. Ours is like this yellow in the back. I don't know the official name of it, but this crisscross paper, kind of almost a plaid. We're going to cut it to 12 by 6. So I'm going to take this and we're just cutting it in half. That's all we're doing. So I'm going to line this up at 6 inches. Perfect. All right. Set that aside for now. All right, and then I'll set that one aside. We are going to take this piece, and it says on the left side, mark at 4 inches. So what that means is I'm going to take this piece and line it up on my mat right here. Oops, sorry, I have a window open. It's so warm up here, and the breeze is deciding to kick up. So we have it at 6 inches. I'm going to get a pencil. And on the left side, I'm going to mark it at 4. So right about there. All right. And then it says, cut diagonally from the mark to the right corner. So what we're going to do is grab our trimmer. And I know diagonals scare people sometimes. They're actually not too bad as long as you know where to line things up. And this is going to be a little bigger than the trimmer. Or actually, it might be okay. Sometimes they're bigger than the trimmer, and then you have to use your scissors as well. So we are going to do this. Just cut all the way down. Make sure your mark is lined up on the line, and then the corner of your paper on the top. And you're going to be left with 2 kind of triangular pieces. This one's a triangle. This one's, I don't know my math, so a different shape. You guys learn too much about me in these videos, I swear. All right, and then we have these 2 pieces, like I said. And it says we're going to adhere the small triangle to the top and the large to the bottom. So they're calling it a triangle, but I know it's not. It has 4 sides. All right, my paper's a little bent, but that's okay. So I'm just going to take my adhesive here. And on this narrow part, I want to get it done really good. So I'm going to get my repositional and just douse that. All right. And then we're going to just line this up right along the top there. And I love the look of this layout. It's actually super easy to do and it's super quick, but it looks really cool. So that's why I wanted to go with this one this week. 1, because I knew I was going to be out of town and I wanted to do something that was going to be really quick to do. But 2, I saw this one come out and I was like, oh, I like that one. And I actually got a little sneak peek of this collection in Mexico, and they had this page sitting there. So when I saw it, I was like, that looks familiar, and I really like it. So I actually took a picture of the display at in Mexico when we got to get the sneak peeks and visor perks, I tell you, of all the cool things coming out, and this collection was one of them. I didn't quite line that up properly, so I'm gonna try again. There we go. It's the beauty of repositional tape runner. You can peel it up and put it back down. All right, look at that. Most of our layouts are already done. We're gonna add, it says to add a black rub-on. So this collection had really cool rub-on borders, and these little dots, like hash marks, or dashes rather, are actually one of the rub-ons. So all you have to do is rub it with your finger. I watched them do it in Mexico, and they're so easy to use. Not like the typical, you know, you just sit there and rub and rub and rub. It just stuck right to the paper. It was really cool. I don't have those, so I'm just gonna draw some lines with my black pen, which sounds scary, but it's actually not too bad. So, and I don't care how, you know, obviously I don't care how level it is. Now you could take a ruler and do this as well. I have kind of this paper to follow, so I'm just gonna do that. And I know they're not gonna look as pretty as the rub-on, but that's okay. And this is a really cool technique you can do with any page, really. Okay, I'm gonna go up here and do it on this side, just to add a little more texture to our layout. Perfect, not bad at all. All right, I'm just gonna double check that you guys can see everything. I'm only like showing this video to myself on a live, so hopefully no one's commenting or anything. That'd be really embarrassing. Okay, perfect. Just want to make sure I have the view okay. All right, so there we go. We just drew our lines on. All right, so multi-purpose tool to transfer. So yeah, the step 3 is just all about the rub-on, how to use it. Your multi-purpose tool is a great way to rub that on there. And from what I saw, they're so easy to use, so I am excited to try those at some point. All right, so next step, we're gonna cut a 12 by 1 3/4 inch. There's this navy cardstock. We're gonna use this purple shimmer paper, which is no longer available, I'm sorry. But there is a lilac shimmer that's really pretty. That's also available, or purple ice shimmer maybe. I think this is lilac shimmer, the other one's purple ice shimmer. We're gonna use this because it matches pretty well. And we're gonna layer this on, let's see, 12 by 1 1/2. So I'm gonna just take this, and it's already 12 obviously, so we're just gonna trim this at 1 3/4. I was reading the wrong line. I was like, I thought it said 3/4. There we go. Perfect. Let's see. And it says from the mat pack, cut a 12 by 1 1/2 crochet border, layer on the navy cardstock. So this is the piece that was from the mat pack. I am actually using this really cute embellishment border from the Spring Soiree collection. So I'm gonna put that on there. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that right now. I probably didn't need this thick of a piece, but it's okay. It'll fill the space. And I just love these springy colors. Like the whole premise of this was obviously spring, but I was like, oh, that's totally an Easter look, just with the purples and the yellows. And so I decided to use this whole collection for Easter. So that's where most of this collection went, was on our Easter stuff. And we do a lot on Easter. So I have had many pages put together. You can actually probably go back and watch me put a few together in my YouTube, using the same collection. They're really pretty, just because I've been using this throughout. So, all right, we're flying. We're doing great. Okay, so we're on step 5 now. Cut 2 4 1/4 by 6 1/4 photo mats from the cardstock. So my photos are smaller than a true 4 by 6. So I'm gonna trim this part off. I like to get the true digital size just because things don't get cut off. So I'm gonna go ahead and trim my photos first. Just cutting off that white strip mostly, and then I'm gonna mat them because I'm not sure what size to make my mats. They're gonna be too big if I do it this size. Now if you have 4 by 6 photos, definitely cut your mats this size, the 4 1/4 by 6 1/4, because you'll want to fill your space on the page. So there are those trimmed up. And I actually pulled out this scrap of purple to try to use up. I knew I couldn't cut the border out of this, or the strip out of this, but I was like, maybe I can mat with it. So we're gonna try to make it work. because I like to use a paper when I can, and it looks like it's gonna be a little too small. So let's see if I finagle anything here. Ooh, that might work. I just have to strategically cover my circles. And this is a tip I have for people. If you punch circles out, or it's any punch really, you can cover it with a photo and use your paper as a mat still. So that's what I'm gonna do, because I want to use this up. And I'm probably just gonna put them together. It's gonna make an odd look at the end, but of what's left over, but it'll be okay. So what I'm gonna do is just stick my photos on here like I would any other sheet of paper, making sure all the things are covered, like these little punch outs, and that I have enough room all the way around the photo, like so. And I'm not measuring just because my photos are such a weird size. I would have to, like, it'd take a lot of math. And as I say, I am number dyslexic, and I look at a 9 and I see a 6, y'all. Like, I look at a 3 and I see a 5. So I like to just eyeball it, and whenever I have to do math, I try to avoid it at all costs. So if you're like that, holler, because I don't want to be the only scrapbooker that's number dyslexic. It's just kind of ironic. But scrapbooking is such an art, you know, I like the art form of it. So I've always been into art and writing and reading and all that. So taking photos, it's one of my favorite things to do. So scrapbooking is definitely right up my alley. All right, can't even tell I'd punched a whole lot of that. So I'm gonna throw that little piece away because I don't think I can use that any longer, and I'll add that to my scraps. Okay, we are cruising, look at that. All right, and I'm gonna go ahead and stick my loves down on here. They were still waking up. I swear they were excited about their Easter baskets. All right, just kind of eyeball that. So yeah, like I said, if you have larger photos, definitely do the 4x6 photos, and then do a 1/4 inch larger all around. So there we go. All right, we don't have much left to do. We're flying through this. All right, place them out, 3 inch from the bottom, blah, blah, blah. All right, so this one, the next step says Texas stuffed animals vellum embellishment under the left photo, and then add the yellow hearts and knitting needles. So all these embellishments are vellum embellishments, super cute. I got to see those as well. Love them. For the time being though, I have the Spring Soiree stickers I'm gonna use, which are super cute as well. I've been using these a lot because of the Easter pages I've been putting together. So I'm probably, you know, I like this little wagon. I'm gonna stick this here. This little, I know it has nothing to do with Easter, but it's very springy, so I don't mind using them. Plus it just brings everything together. I know a lot of people like very specific embellishments and stuff for Easter. Like, I need Easter embellishments, and I'm like, well, why not spring? So it's still spring, so it works out. And then I could add a little title here. First blooms, just for you, welcome to spring, grown with care. And it's obviously symbolic, right? And I've done other pages that say Easter and all that, so this is just part of all that. So I know I don't need anything that says Easter Sunday, you know, because it's already on another page. So this is just flowing with the rest of those pages I did. So I'm just looking at what I have here for my options. I like this Hooray for Spring sign. I think I'm gonna use that. I might have to pull up my little pot here. I might have jumped the gun putting that down. Pull that up gently. Multi-purpose tool works great for that. And of course I didn't grab it. And then I'm gonna put my little, let's stick this elsewhere, we'll see. Or maybe I won't use it. It just seems like too much. Yeah, it's gonna be kind of in the way if I put it there. I might be able to, I think I like it okay right there. We're gonna put it there. And maybe I'll add, I don't know, if I want to add more stuff here or just leave that alone. The embellishing part, that's usually the part I sign off of videos because I am the most indecisive person ever when it comes to embellishing, you guys. Like, it's terrible, so I don't like to put you through that misery. But this was a fast one to put together, so I guess you get to bear with me. And it's all good. I'm gonna put a little flower here. I am like guilty of like, they call it sticker sneezing, where you stick stickers all over and you're like, yeah, and then you get down, you're like, oh, I hate it, you know, like, so I'm trying not to do that so much. All right, but this page is pretty much done. I'm just gonna do a little journaling perhaps. Here they have like a little piece of white stuck on there, and that is perfect because I have write-on strips and that will go great there. So I'm just gonna grab one of these and journal on it, because a lot of times, like, even if people want specific title stickers for Easter, even like something like this, right, it's have hurry for spring, like it's spring, it works. You can just write in the journaling, like Easter Sunday is one of our favorites, here's them getting their Easter baskets or whatever, you know. So I'm gonna use that. I think I do want that whole strip, actually. I journal a lot. So I'm gonna just journal on there and write the date and all that, which is probably on another layout from Easter, but that's okay. And that is pretty much this page. So super easy to do, super cute. I'm trying to get in the habit of showing you guys these closer up. And so I'm gonna post this as my completed challenge. Make sure you post yours too. And yeah, if you guys have questions, holler at me. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube. That way you can go back and watch this whenever. So I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Take care and enjoy the rest of your week as well. Have a great day, guys.